So I did not really find today's Nintendo Direct partner showcase to really be all that exciting at all, but we have gotten some pretty big wins when it comes to true physical media on the Switch 2 lately, including one announcement from that Direct, which was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I would have never predicted Bethesda and Microsoft putting this game all on a true cartridge for the Nintendo Switch 2, especially considering the fact that this game wasn't even fully on disc for the PS5 or the Xbox. So it is pretty freaking cool that we're getting a true physical cartridge for this game. Another game that was announced to be getting a true physical was the Super Bomberman collection. Now that's getting a Nintendo Switch 1 physical, but Red Art Games, and if I'm mistaken, then please feel free to correct me, is publishing a true physical for the Switch 2, but I believe that Red Art Games is a European publisher, so I believe that will be exclusive to over there. And if we want that in the US, like where I'm at, we'll probably have to import it, but that is still cool. But this isn't exactly like fresh news, but it is still pretty new and recent. We just got confirmation of some really cheap third-party Switch 2 games that are going to be all on the cartridge. One of those was Mio, which I believe is short for Memories in Orbit, something like that. It's some kind of Metroidvania game, and the true physical has sold out for Switch 2 because I believe they have it up for like $30 to $35, something cheap like that. And then we do finally have the Disney Afternoon Collection coming to the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 and the Nintendo Switch 2 with a true physical cartridge, and it's getting 2 extra games thrown in. I think one of them was, honestly, I can't remember what they're called. I recognize those Disney franchises. I'll have the trailer footage playing during the video and everything, but that is really cool. That one is only up for $40, but this is a huge win for physical media on the Nintendo Switch 2 because if you've been buying or even looking at the prices of Switch 2 games, the cheapest that we've ever seen for a brand new Switch 2 game was $50. And we know that was because, you know, these publishers had to pay for a 64 gigabyte cartridge. That was the only option available to them. But now it looks like they're finally using the smaller cartridge sizes, and we're actually going to be able to get real physical games for the Switch 2 for much cheaper, which is pretty awesome. I'm definitely excited to pick up the Disney Afternoon Collection. The other games, honestly, I'm really not all that excited for, but I'm glad to see that we're still getting a steady flow of true physical games coming to the Switch 2. And I'm hoping that with this Indiana Jones game that I'm hoping it sells really good like Cyberpunk does, and that it can influence the rest of the industry like Bandai Namco, Square Enix, and Capcom to maybe choose to start putting some of their games on true physical cartridges as well. I know Sega's doing it with the Sonic Cross Worlds racing game, but that's the only one. Everything else they've put out has been on a key card, but hopefully we start to see a shift in the industry away from these key cards, at least just a little bit. Something is better than nothing, you know? But anyway, if you're hearing background noises in this video, I do apologize. This is just my attempt at getting a video out last minute because I was working extra hours this week and I didn't manage my time the best, so I just didn't have a whole lot of time to work on a video, and I'm literally recording this video in the car on the way to work right now because, you know, the grind never stops. Everybody's got to survive out here. Everybody's got to pay bills, and I am monetized on YouTube, but I'm not making a ton off of this right now, so gotta work. But I will definitely try to be back next week with some extra videos to make up for me not dropping 2 videos. I had been dropping 2 videos a week up until this week, but I'm glad to get something out anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I would like to know, what Switch 2 games are you looking forward to? Were you excited about that partner direct? Did it live up to your expectations? I would like to get some dialogue started in the comments. I'm always glad to chat about some video games as long as it's respectful and people aren't acting ridiculous. I mean, even if they do, sometimes I go back and forth and have some fun with that. But I really, really appreciate all of you watching. Please hit that like button and hype button to help me out in the algorithm. I will definitely look forward to catching you all on the next video.